Am I the asshole for not ordering any food so I wouldn't have to split the bill? I've been in this situation a couple
I also
times.
have.
I, 27, male, have been a part of a small friend group, around 8 people total, basically since college. For some background, 2 people from the group, Susan and Greg, are just absolute leeches. Going out for lunch, expect them to order the most expensive item on the menu, then feed you some sob story about their finances, and then dump half the bill on you. Last weekend, Dan, one of the people from the group, told me about a casual dinner. I told him that if Susan or Greg was there, I wouldn't be able to come. He told me that they would be there, but I should just put my opinions aside and come just once. This is kind of where I might be an asshole. I agreed with him and told him I would be there. I show up and we all get to talking. Everyone began putting in their orders. Most of them spent about $40. There were only about 6 people there, and when it got to Susan and Greg, they both ordered expensive dishes, around $200. Damn. Can we guess where this is going to go? When it was my turn to order, everyone looked at me, but I just picked up the menu and pointed to the $4 Miller Lite and sent the waiter away. Dan asked why I hadn't ordered anything, and all I said was that I lost my appetite. The other 2 friends got up as well to cancel their orders and just have drinks. So everybody knows what these 2 people are
Yeah.
pulling over and over. That sucks.
They don't even have shame about it. They got up to cancel their order.
After the main courses came out, I saw Susan and Greg picking at their food. The waiter then brought over the check. Greg grabbed the waiter and asked him to split the check 6 ways. On the audacity. Yeah, they were like, well, we're doing it evenly. Be for real. $4 versus $200.
Yeah, that's awful.
I stand up and correct him, saying the check was to be split 3 ways. Greg looked at me confused and asked why, since we always split the bill. I reminded him that 3 of us had not eaten any food, so we would just be paying for our drinks. So basically, at the end of the night, Dan, who probably only ate around $50 worth of food, was stuck with a $147 check at the end. I swear I saw his jaw drop when he picked that receipt up. I slid a $10 bill towards the check, said goodbye to everyone, and walked out. The next morning, I found my phone full of texts from Greg and Susan telling me I was an asshole for not ordering any food and forcing them to pay more than they had accounted for. I honestly laughed because the stakes alone were more than what they had paid, but to each their own, right? I also got a lot of messages from Dan saying that I could have just not come instead of pulling that stunt and getting him stuck with an outrageous bill. At this restaurant, the bar's separate, so drinks are on a separate bill, if that makes sense. And if anyone is concerned about leaving a tip, I live in Australia. I think definitely not the asshole.
I don't think the asshole at all.